There you are. Now, let's have a look at you. Myra?
Yes, dear?
Come here a minute.
You call? I come.
You like it?
Well, yes. But where did you get it? Or should I say why?
Well, I didn't get it for gasoline coupons. Fact is, I bought it for one of the firm's most important clients. He collects Eskimo carvings, and when I was downtown, I saw this in the store window, so I bought it.
With your own money?
Of course, with my own money.
Well, it's a nice, friendly gesture, but doesn't it smack a little of pandering for favor?
Pandering? My dear, such a word. No, this comes under the heading of keeping the client happy. It's done in all the best public relations offices.
I see. Who is the client, by the way?
The illustrious J.B. Montgomery.
Oh, is he the one who's looking for new industrial property?
That's him, old J.B. And we finally found him such a property, thanks to Len Baker.
Oh, Len's in on it too, is he?
He has been right from the start. When Montgomery informed our public relations department that he was in the market for some industrial property in this area, I knew I'd need a good real estate man on the job, so I gave Len Baker the assignment.
And now Len's come through.
He's come through with a 10-acre site that's made old J.B. flip. With a little negotiation, we should be able to wrap the whole thing up by the end of the week.
Whose property is it? Do I know the party?
Well, you know him, but not exactly as a friend. It's, Gus Reamer.
Oh, that awful man.
Come on, he's not that awful. Gus is just a trifle hard-bitten, cautious, careful with his dollars.
His nickels, you mean?
Okay, with his nickels, too. But I guess that's how you get to build up a highly successful lumber business.
You used the word negotiation. Does that mean Reamer's being cautious? Again, using your word?
Let's just say he's being stubborn. Reamer's asking $65,000 for the site and says he won't budge. Montgomery's willing to go to an even $60,000 and says he won't budge. I figure we'll work it out one way or the other.
I can never exactly understand what your position is in these things, Steve.
My position, my sweet, is right smack in the middle. I'm the go-between, the liaison man. My job is to keep the client contented and smiling. In essence, that's the meaning of public relations.
Well, I hope you do work it out, both for your sake and Len Baker's. I was talking to his wife the other day, and they've been having a pretty thin time of it since he came out of hospital.
Yeah, I know. He can use the dough.
And in the meantime, let's hope your precious old J.B. doesn't switch to collecting old English chinaware.
Don't spoil my pitch.
Oh, Dad! Back to home and family. Your son and heir is demanding priority. Hey, Dad, could you fix this for me?
Hi, son. What you got there?
Wow, the plane. What are the wheels to do? Did you fix it, huh?
I guess so, but where did this come from all of a sudden?
Jimmy Parker. You mean Jimmy gave it to you? No, we made an exchange. What kind of an exchange? Well, Jimmy wanted something I had, and I wanted his plane, so we made a deal.
So what did you give Jimmy?
My police whistle.
Police whistle?
Well, it's just an old whistle I had, but I called it a police whistle to make it sound more important, kind of. But, honey, this model plane is worth much more than some old whistle. You know that. But Jimmy wanted the whistle, Mom. We made a swap. What's wrong with that?
Several things, Wally. Jimmy's only 6. He doesn't understand the value of things. But you do understand the value of things, so when you face up to it, what you did was really dishonest.
But I didn't steal the plane, Dad. We made an exchange.
I know that, son, but that's no excuse. You see, there's a thin, invisible dividing line between what's honest and what's dishonest. And it's so easy to step over that line and excuse yourself by saying that you've made a deal.
Your father's right, Wally.
The thing is, if you make a deal that hurts someone else or makes them a loser, that's being dishonest. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir, I guess so.
Okay. So you take that plane back to Jimmy.
Gee, Dad, do I have to?
Yes, you have to.
Okay.
Kids. Unless you watch them, they'll break every rule in the book.
As the man said, ain't it the truth?
I'll get it. Hello. Yes, Gus? You have, eh? Well, that's great. Wonderful. Sure, I could be over there in 15 minutes. Right. Bye now. Well, what do you know?
Don't tell me that was the laughing lumberman himself.
Yep, Gus Raymer. He's made up his mind to go with JB's offer. He wants to see me.
Do I hold dinner? The Reamers live way over on the other side of town.
He's in his office at the lumberyard, practically around the corner. Got to nail him before he changes his pernickety mind. See you later, darling.
Oh, hi, Steve. Well, you said 15 minutes, and 15 minutes it is, exactly.
That's me, Gus. Punctual as Big Ben.
Good. Sit down.
Thanks. Boy, you've got a busy yard out there.
Yeah, I got a special deal on some California redwood. Decided to stock up.
Buy big when the going's good, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, let's march on. If I got you correctly on the phone, you're willing to accept Montgomery's offer.
Well, let's say that I'm going to accept the 60,000 even.
Okay, so that is JB's offer.
Yeah, but I want all of it.
So you will have all of it. Out of which, of course, your lawyer will deduct Len Baker's commission.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I mean, I'm not paying any real estate commission. I'm going to act as my own agent, deal with Montgomery directly.
But, Gus, you can't do that.
Well, you tell me why I can't.
But you know as well as I do that Len Baker's worked for months on this thing. He thoroughly investigated at least 15 properties before he settled on yours. He's worked on this thing, Gus. You can't just chop him off.
Now, look, Steve. The real estate company's option on this deal expires in 10 days' time. I propose to hold until then act as my own agent. There's nothing to say I can't.
Well, legally, of course, but morally, ethically, holy smokes, Gus.
Oh, now look, Steve, we're businessmen. You've got a client to take care of. I've got an investment to take care of. Let me handle this my own way. We'll all be happy.
All except Len Baker.
Oh, Baker's a real estate salesman, Steve. Salesmen don't win all their deals they don't expect to.
No,
And
but...
don't you ever think that real estate men don't pull some tricks of their own.
I know. You find some in every business.
Okay. Well, the thing is, I'm going to handle this deal the way I said. So it's no use just sitting here sparring with each other.
Okay, so what do you want me to do?
I suggest you call your client and tell him that I'll meet with him on the 7th or any day after that, and we'll draw up the whole deal.
I don't like it, Gus, but okay, it's your decision. I'll call Montgomery and we'll proceed from there.
Fine, that's all I'm asking for. Did you forget something, Steve?
I almost forgot something, yeah. I'm not going through with it, Gus.
You mean you're not going to call your client?
I'm calling the client. I'll lay the whole bit out and tell him to deal me out. I don't want any part of it.
Well, I get the impression that Montgomery's a pretty hard-headed character, Steve. He wants this deal settled. He's not going to like you very much if you raise complications.
Maybe.
And your firm could easily lose one of its most valued clients.
It's possible.
What made you change your mind all of a sudden?
Going out the door, I almost tripped over an invisible line.
What's that supposed to mean, for Pete's sake?
You figure it, Gus. Not only that, but I want to be able to look my son in the eye when I go home.
Your kid? 9 or 10 years of age? What's he got to do with it?
He's got everything to do with it. Everything. Think about that invisible line, Gus. If you get it figured, even you may have a change of heart. So there was happy old me, all ready to go along with selling Lee Baker down the river.
Just after telling Wally all about that little narrow dividing line.
Right.
It's so easy to slip over, isn't it?
Easy. It just sneaks up on you.
So, what happens now?
I don't know. I just don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Hey, Dad. I took the plane back to Jimmy.
Good boy.
And I told him he could keep the whistle, too.
Better and better.
And you know something? Jimmy's father was so pleased with me, he took Jimmy and me down to Philby's and got us ice cream sundaes with fruit and nuts on it and everything.
Well, if that doesn't prove something, I don't know what does. Hey, why don't we take him over to Gus Raymond at the lumberyard and teach Gus a lesson? That's what we need.
Join us again, won't you, when we will seek to learn more of the living Word and of Him who is, in very truth, the living Word. What do you really know about the world's bestseller? This free Bible correspondence course is yours just for the asking. Simply send a letter or postcard to The Living Word, care of this station. Do it today. Do it now.